Hey, I've got a bit of a treat for you with this one, maybe. Certain definitions of treat. So I've cleared with all the weapon aspects before, but as far as weapons go, the one I'm probably least comfortable with is Varatha. I think my heat with Varatha is definitely the lowest. Yeah, I'm at 11 heat right now with Varatha, and um, my comfort zone for Varatha, as far as having a comfort zone there goes, is aspect of Hades. I really like the bonus damage you get from the sweep, and the fact that it's so big. It feels like it gives you a lot of control over your environment. We're not going to be using aspect of Hades. We're going to use Guan Yu. I have only cleared once with Guan Yu, and the time that I did clear, it was a close bet. I'm definitely not comfortable with this weapon. I find that ranged kind of a tornado sweep thing very, very fiddly to use, very uncomfortable to use. Obviously, the health reduction is a huge penalty, and because I don't feel comfortable using this thing, the healing that you get from it is obviously not enough to counteract that great big health reduction. But we're going to give it a try. It does have very strong special and attacks, and I do like how you don't have to recall the special. One thing that the regular Varatha that I really struggle with is having to recall the special. I find that very fiddly, and it kind of hurts my thumb having to mash that Y button. So the powerful non-recalling special does certainly work for me, but both the special and the attack are very slow. And when it comes to slow and powerful, I really love aspect of Arthur. I really love aspect of Rama, but I really love aspect of Gilgamesh. But yeah, the Guan Yu does not sit right with me. But we're gonna give it a red hot go. Okay, gonna grab our Palm Blossom, and I think we need to fix our mirror. Yeah, I was running with Stygian Soul because I wanted to grab the Hermes upgrade for Stygian Soul for a prophecy. Let's get that the fuck out of here. We do not want to. We don't want any Stygian Soul. You might have seen on there on the mirror as well. I've bumped up my stacks of Fated Persuasion. I previously just had two. I cleared out my mirror and then reassigned the darkness just because there's a bunch of darkness in there that I wasn't using, and I was able to put that back into getting my Fated Persuasion stacked up to the maximum. At least I think it's the maximum, is it? Yep, that's maxed out. Okay, great. So we are going to just jump right in and see how it goes. So heat, like I said, thankfully Varath is a kind of a low heat weapon for us right now, so this will hopefully not be too intimidating. We're using our standard extreme measures and tight deadline levels plus 1 point of benefits package to get ourselves up to 11. So let's go for it. You can probably hear a lovely cricket or a cicada or something out there that'll probably be keeping us company for this whole video. Poseidon. Wow, really breaking out the big guns here for us, boss. Tidal Dash does a lot of damage, even at common, and Flood Shot is very practical even at common. I think we're going to want to be doing better than Tempest Strike though, but either one of these I think is reasonable. Given that our health is so low, I'm a little bit worried about our defensive capability, so I'm going to take Flood Shot as a more defensive option, whereas Tidal Dash I think is a bit more offensive. Leaving our dash open gives us the opportunity to grab ourselves an Athena dash, which is obviously the premium defensive option in the game. I try not to rely on it too much, and I much prefer to take something more aggressive in my dash slot, but look, when you need all the help you can get, you take Athena dash. Now our health is substantially taxed, but I don't think we're planning on leaning into that. We are going to get as much health as we possibly can because I do not have confidence in my ability to use this weapon at a very low health amount. But yeah, that special, it takes so long to charge up. I feel like I can never land it practically without getting myself without taking more damage than than I recover from using it. Okay, this really does not... It's feeling like a bit of a struggle. We're not doing much damage here. See, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing to make this start feeling good. I mean, look, like with these enemies, that we're taking them out, but only because we can just kind of stand still and wail on them. Well, certainly see what Chaos has got for us. Maybe that'll give us some guidance on how to make this run, how to put this run together. Okay, so lots of money, dash strikes. Dash strikes could be it. Either that or casts, getting ourselves a 4th bloodstone. I think either one of these is perfectly reasonable. It seems a bit like cheating to just try and ignore our spear entirely and go full into cast. So we're going to take the dash strike. I think Guan Yu has a decent dash strike, although I can't remember entirely. Sisyphus gives you the same money as a money reward, plus you don't have to fight and you get to talk to your friend, so easy pick there. Sisyphus is the one good man. Alright, let's get those obols. And we'll see if Baldy can help us on our way here. What's he got for us? Special damage, 5%. Well, couldn't hurt. Ares. Where would we like Ares? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have him on our special. Nice sort of bit of a ranged option if we're planning on using our dash attack as our primary damage dealer. How much damage is the dash attack doing here? It's doing like 30 damage, which is a little bit uninspiring actually. Obviously that's getting multiplied by our Chaos Boon, but it's not really the kind of base damage numbers that I'm looking for. That third hit in the just regular attack combo does do 70 damage, but there doesn't seem to be a good way to get there. When it comes to Aspect of Arthur, you're working yourself up to that third hit, but once you're ready to get there, you're kind of dashing around, and it's such a big hit, and you can combo a dash into it, or you can start charging it and then dash into locations. So you can land a backstab, you can place yourself right in the middle of enemies. It doesn't seem like this hit really has those benefits, especially since it's such a small hit, so you wouldn't really be able to reliably land anyway, but it doesn't seem like you even can dash into it. In any case, here we're going to get Curse of Pain on our special, just because it's an epic rarity, and I think it'll probably do plenty of good for us as far as crowd control and range support goes. Given that it's such a slow attacking special, with just a little bit of other stuff weaved in, we're not even really losing any value to Doom ever on the special from duplicate applications of that. Alright, haven't got too much money yet, so we're going to go ahead and hit up the Trial of the Gods, or whatever this thing is called. Yeah, Trial of the Gods. Alright, we would rather fight Ares, so we're going to accept Poseidon. Okay, so here, like I said, I'm a bit worried about our defensive capabilities, so I'd rather take Poseidon's Aid here than Tidal Dash. Poseidon's Aid, by the way, I don't think I've discussed it here before, but Poseidon's Aid is really profoundly strong, especially if you're in a room that's, it's getting a little bit dicey, there's a few enemies. Poseidon's Aid will just cut through that. And on top of that, it's really, really strong against bosses. Some boons, like, Demeter's Aid, really great in a crowded room. Doesn't do that much against bosses, especially if you're already getting your 10 stacks somewhere else. But Poseidon's Aid, great against groups, great against bosses. Never unhappy to have Poseidon's aid. Oh jeez. But yeah, look, we're already really on struggle street, on on quite low heat in Tartarus, so I'm sure that you can see why I approach this run with a bit of trepidation. It's not it's well outside of my comfort zone. We'll see if we can use this thing to get a bit of our health back, but definitely feels like a slow endeavor. And when we're playing with a 7-minute tight deadline, I don't know if we have time to really dawdle around and get ourselves little plinks of +1 hit points here and there. Okay, so Ares is offering us a bunch of shit that does not excite us either. We're not really applying multiple dooms with a special that slow. Curse of Vengeance is a little bit reliant on getting hit, which at our hit point total isn't that appealing, and I've been constantly talking about us wanting to hold on to our dash for Athena. Let me see if there's even anything that we conceivably want to re-roll into. Maybe I should have thought about this before I came into the room. Something like Blood Frenzy would be pretty nice. Apart from that, though, not really. Okay, we're just going to take Curse of Vengeance, since this is going to be nothing for us, and Blade Dash is cutting us off for another boon that we would really quite like. Might be interesting to go for Athena on attack as well, actually. If we do, then that'll allow us to grab the duo, which lets you pop doom effects with deflect effects, because while you can do it with the Athena Dash doesn't qualify you for it. To qualify for it, you either need Athena Special or Athena Attack. So if we grab Athena Attack, we can do a kind of spear pop thing, which might be what we need to put this together. It doesn't seem overwhelmingly exciting, but I guess we'll just have to see how we go. Alright, interesting options here. Floodshot and Curse of Pain are kind of doing the same job here. Floodshot, I think, is already perfectly capable in its kind of crowd control, dealing with big groups capacity, so we'll level up Curse of Pain more for its extra utility and a little bit more precise damage. Okay, 150 coins. How are we looking for time, actually? 2:42 in chamber 10. I don't actually know how long the how long the areas are. I certainly feel like we're going slow here. I'm gonna chance it and take the trove, but if I do, I'm really gonna have to hustle in our next rooms. And hustling, of course, means taking more damage than I normally would, and not taking the time to heal up. So, yeah, this is getting very interesting, even in Tartarus. I'm determined to not throw in the... Oh, my goodness. As I was saying, I'm determined to not throw in the towel here. I'm going to give it my best shot, but I'm not feeling good. Not feeling good about making this work. I've come out from pretty bad spots before. I had a run a few days ago using Aspect of Lucifer, where I got myself down to 0 death defiances on the Bone Hydra, but clawed my way back and did manage to get a win out and keep my streak alive. I'm not overly invested in my streak, but on any given run, I'm not trying to throw it away. So definitely glad that I managed to pull that one off. This is where Floodshot really shines, kind of keeping this big group of enemies controlled, keeping them all bunched together so I can dispatch them all quite quickly. I really don't think we're looking for more Ares at this point, and maybe finding something in the hammer could be our salvation. I don't really know what the hammers are like for Guan Yu. It's given that it controls so differently from the spear, I assume that it must have quite a few modified things to the regular Guan Yu, to the regular Varatha spear, that is. Oh my goodness, just look at how just difficult it is to fight even regular guys. It's such a slow and cumbersome weapon. I really don't understand why they gave it the health penalty on top of everything. I guess they must have really had their heart set on the healing from the special from the spin attack, but I would much rather trade away that healing and just keep my regular health. Okay, so we can make our spin attacks bigger, which might make it easier to land them. We can hold our special for... Oh, now this is a real bummer to see. Plus 200% base damage, but that does no good because we've got Aries on our special. That's worthless to us. So that feels pretty bad. If we knew that was in there, then if we knew this was going to be in the mix, we definitely would have thought twice about taking that Aries special. As you can tell, I really don't know much about aspect of Guan Yu. So do we want to try and make a go of it with the spin attacks, or do we want to trust our gut? I think trusting our gut is the way to go. We're going to play keep away. We're going to try and kill guys on our own terms. We're not going to get pigeonholed into trying to make the spin attacks work, because I just don't think they work for me. Oh boy, so we've got Electo and we've got a triple Fury battle. This is going to be interesting, especially since I've got 30 seconds left. Are you kidding me? Oh geez, okay. So it's not an instant loss when you run out of time if you're not familiar with the heat thing, but you start having your health drained very quickly as soon as you run out of time. So really cannot afford to be messing around for very long. Okay, so we're out of time. We're going to throw out one of our calls. Oh geez, there goes one of our Death Defiances. We're going to throw out Sisyphus to try and finish this as soon as we can. Fortunately, we don't need to run into the exits. This is the end of the timer. Okay, so we're going into Asphodel with 0 time in the bank. Yeah, taking that trope, I think, was a mistake. Okay, so what do we need to make things work for us at this point? We took the extending spear. I don't know what that translates into exactly. Are there any duos that we can grab that can save us? Zeus isn't going to do much for us. You know, we could try and go for Vengeful Mood or Sea Storm, but neither of them really excite us. The spear does have, you know, above average base damage, so I guess something that is a bit more guerrilla mode would be good. Given that our health is so low, Aphrodite has high damage and Aphrodite makes enemies do less damage, so that seems like a reasonable way to go. Aphrodite and Aphrodite and Ares has that Doom effect, continuously strike weak foes, so we can have a nice little bit of rotation between our Doom and our weak applications to hopefully turn that into something good. So yeah, let's see if we can make Aphrodite work. No need for health because we already burned one of our Death Defiances. We're not feeling good, but we're gonna power through and see if we can pull this off. I'm sure that if you're someone who can make this spin work for you well, Guan Yu's an absolutely fantastic aspect, but I really don't know how to use it. It feels like it just takes too long to make anything happen, and the amount of health that you get back from it, it's just too slow. Okay, get this Cyclops down on me. Now I need to remember that we are really on a deadline here. We're going into Asphodel with no time in the bank, so I do not have time to fight around. So, despite the fact that I said it would be a bit lame to lean on our cast, we are going to have to make sure that we're using that quite a lot, because it's going to increase our damage per second. Now here is the Aphrodite we're hunting for. I don't think grabbing Zeus is going to be phenomenally important, although certainly I wouldn't be opposed to being in Zeus. I think getting into Aphrodite straight away, getting some extra power on our attack, and getting ourselves lined up for I don't know what it's called, but the Aphrodite and Ares duo boon. Oh jeez, I'm taking hits that I cannot afford to be taking. Yeah, certainly feeling foolish having Ares on our special though. Now that we know that there's that 300% base damage charged spear, we'd love to be in something like Artemis or something, just getting big damage, which would then multiplying further on our special. But can't change the past. I guess I could, save scum the whole run, but that's not exactly in keeping in the spirit of things. Okay, Purple Heart Break Strike is exactly what we're looking for, and hopefully the break that we need here. Normally, since there was a heart there, which we'd love to see, I'd be very happy to skip the shot, but I'm feeling like we need a bit of extra help. Golden Touch be damned. So let's see what Demeter's got for us here. Like I said before, I would really like to be an Athena dash, but that said, getting chill on people, slowing them down, certainly not we certainly don't hate the idea of it. Otherwise we could grab Snowburst. We're getting chill that way as well, and yeah, I think that's the way to go. I don't think the chill we'll be getting from Mistral Dash is dramatically better than the chill we'll be getting from Snowburst, so we will grab this one. Rare Crop. I don't think this is gonna be anything special for us. Like, best case scenario, we get it on Floodshot, and Floodshot turns into something great. Worst case, we get it on our attack or our special, and it really slows us down. I think Snowburst is the pick here. And yeah, they're really making sure we end up in Zeus here. Maybe at this point we do just we forget about Athena. We take Zeus dash, and maybe we do end up in Vengeful Mood after all. This Mega Gorgon fight is not going so bad. Getting that extra damage in our attack certainly helps out here. Okay, Thunder Dash. Yeah, look, it's purple. I think we'll take it as a sign. We'll grab Thunder Dash. Maybe we'll get Sea Storm at some point and get some Jolted, and a good build around Thunder Dash can really make a run. So I'm not planning on shooting ourselves in the foot just for some hypothetical future Athena Dash. I think we're happy to just take Thunder Dash now, make sure that we're not being too cheeky with looking for iframes on our dodges. Again, our range is quite good as well, so we don't necessarily have to be right there in the mix, so we can just kind of getting out of the way. I love talking to Hermes. Why would I tell you to stop? Okay, quick reload is a little bit appealing. Getting more uses of that cast. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take quick reload, and that's also increasing our application of chill. If it wasn't for that, I might be a little bit more dicey on it, but since it's both giving us extra cast and helping us out with chill, happy to see it. Go ahead and talk to Eurydice here. Not sure exactly what I want from her. I don't think there's any boons that we're really hunting for that we want rarity in. So the Poms is an interesting choice, but I kind of always think of the Pompories that unless there's something that unless I really want it for something specific, I think, Poms are replaceable, extra rarity is not. So we're going to roll the dice on Ambrosial Delight, see what we see here. Okay, so we're seeing extra Snowburst and extra Curse of Vengeance. Certainly not exactly what we're looking for, but look, we're in Ares and Zeus, so we are theoretically live for Vengeful Mood. Getting extra damage on that Vengeance and getting extra damage on those casts, not the end of the world. Just going to check my messages here. My phone is flashing. Nothing. Okay. got forced into a shot here, and nothing we can do about it. Oh, we just got a pot that does let us buy the heart, and I really hate going through a shop for no value, so we'll buy that heart. Maybe that's illogical. I haven't really thought about it too much, but just, you know, not having a room with 0 effect feels quite nice to me. You know, hopefully I'll be able to avoid shops in future and then get myself back into the money for sticks. Golden Touch is obviously not paying dividends in this run, but you know, at the end of the day, all we're doing is losing out on, you know, maybe 70 gold from deep pockets, so not the end of the world. Okay, we're looking at 4 minutes on the clock here, so we definitely managed to hustle through Asphodel. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but it did. So not complaining there. Very happy to be going into Elysium, hopefully with, you know, an extra 3 minutes on the clock, and at that point I think our timers will be pretty comfortable. Now we've got our Greater Call charged, so we'll run around some of these Hydra heads. Oh, flubbing it a little bit here, but that's alright. So you can see here, that call, it's just deleted those 3 heads, no problem at all. Which is, you know, that's about as much as you could ask from any call. And as long as you're comfortable running the little loops that you need to, that call is just as effective against bosses as any. Okay, took a couple of hits we didn't need to there, but that's alright because the fountain's coming up, and we're back up to 3 Death Defiances thanks to that Well of Charon from earlier. So yeah, definitely feeling like in a much more comfortable spot than I was feeling when I left Asphodel. Getting a bit of that, bit of the confidence back after my kind of crisis of faith around then. So we'll have to see if we can finish turning this one around. I definitely think investing in this Zeus dash will be quite appealing, and picking up a Sea Storm certainly wouldn't go astray either. That said, what we really want is the Ares and Aphrodite synergy. So maybe we should consider grabbing the Blood Vial at this point and seeing how we go from there. Yeah, let's do that. We've got absolutely no money. I wonder, now that we do have a little bit of extra time up our sleeve, if I should be trying to land a little bit more of that that spin attack healing effect. To be honest, it's not likely, but we'll see what happens. Does it go through walls? It absolutely does not. Great. Gotta remember that cast is there, and pretty much free damage. Oh my god, it feels so bad for just like just having the opportunity to throw a few casts out of my common cast, just to be so much more appealing than trying to make things work with my epic rarity boons on both attack and special. I don't understand this weapon. I just don't. Okay, we'll see what Daedalus has got for us here. Maybe, again, something interesting to recontextualize our choices here. Always what you're looking for from a Daedalus hammer. And we got... Okay, so they're giving us charge skewer again. But I still don't think that's the one. Triple jab is interesting. That's one I was thinking about before, and just kind of really spreading out our attacks. Breaching skewer is another one that doesn't do much for us, since we've surrendered our... we've really surrendered our interest in doing a bunch of base damage with the special, now that we're invested in the Doom. So I think we're going to take triple jab, get a bit more of that area of effect capability, and that's a nice synergy considering we're already getting extra area on our spear from the long spear hammer. Certainly not feeling like a game-breaking couple of upgrades. The game-breaking upgrades would have been taking charge special and maybe just trying to sell our Ares boon, but I wanted to see if I could stick with what I had to start with, and again throw at us casts and just again be disappointed that they're just seeming so much more useful than the attacks that we've agonized so much over. Oh, I completely forgot that we have that Chaos Boon from our dash attacks, but I guess just our dash attacks don't do as much as we'd originally hoped, so I think maybe I don't worry too much about that. Given that we are hoping to end up in the duo which synergizes with the Doom, I'm going to take Curse of Pain on Speculation. Now here is the Ares we are looking to force. Hopefully we don't end up... Okay, here's Asterius. I think I'm probably happier with Asterius than with Butterfly Ball. Butterfly Ball is easier than Asterius if you've got a lot of damage output, and we do not. So Asterius we can just play a little bit conservatively, make sure we're keeping our Doom uptime on him, make sure we're keeping him weak, and use our casts when we can. One thing I can say for Asterius is, we've got range, so we can at least deal with this spin to win thing he's got going on without too much trouble. We're not really getting our frost on him. I should pay more attention to that. Certainly chill stacks are not to be underestimated. But yeah, I certainly haven't played a build that felt so weak at this point of the game in quite a while. I don't think we're going to get up to a fully charged call. I think we can, just finish him off with what we've already got. Okay, and Ares. Okay, here's Vengeful Mood. Not exactly the duo we were looking for, but not an unwelcome one. So if we may also see one of the Aphrodite Vengeance effects here, which could be nice. Otherwise, weak foes taking more damage would be nice, and obviously the duo with her and Ares would be what we really want to see. Which is so slow though, I don't get it. Okay, our health is also really low. Let's see if we can chuck out some of these bad boys. Like, look at that healing, it's pathetic. It's basically nothing. For the time that we're investing in getting it, it's just so little. I don't get it. I think we'll pull this run together, we'll stay focused and we'll win this run, but I certainly am not going to come out of it feeling like I've mastered Guan Yu. Okay, so we've got the revenge effect, or we've got weak effects are more potent. Honestly, I think Broken Resolve is the pick since we're so short on health. Because I mean, this is basically, like a bronze skin or something at this point, like an epic bronze skin. Since we've got it on attack. So even though I'm lamenting our lack of damage here, I think I am going to take Broken Resolve because while I may be lacking damage, I'm also lacking health. I'm lacking pretty much everything. Okay. Fast casts. Man, we sure are seeing all sorts of signals that we should have just forgotten the weapon and gone into cast. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to try and make Guan Yu work. So, Hyper Sprint, getting that sturdy after dashing is pretty nice. Otherwise, Quick Recovery is also pretty nice. I think Hyper Sprint is going to be our pick here. Okay, going to grab the money here, I think. For no particular reason other than, you know, the heights obviously just do a lot less for us than they do for a normal weapon. But we also need them more than a normal weapon does since we start off with such little health. Just kind of a lose-lose situation, huh? So, chuck out some of these, get things moving again. Make sure that we're not leaving these guys to reanimate again. Yeah, if you consider yourself a master of aspect of Guan Yu, you got any tips for the way that I played this run? I'd be very happy to hear it. I don't really need to be told that I didn't end up wanting Ares on that special. That's become completely evident. But yeah, like if I hadn't been offered that plus 300% base damage or plus 300% base damage effect on Spear, I don't think there would have been anything wrong with that Ares choice. But if you disagree, certainly don't hesitate to let me know. Alright, we don't want to fight Demeter. I hate fighting Demeter, so Zeus is going to be our play here. Whew, Arctic Blast, that's a fat load of nothing here. Any healing effects are more potent. I wonder if that's going to round up to 2 hit points per tick instead of 1. I sure hope it will, because this is going to be our pick. I'm going to avoid picking up that sandwich since it'll overheal us right now. Oh, it won't anymore. Okay. Let's try and do a little bit better than that. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should read what people think of Guan Yu. Because yeah, I just do not get it. See what the online has to say. I'm wondering at this point if it was maybe a mistake to accede to the Thunder Dash, if I should have held out to try and grab Athena on a dash, because I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I probably wouldn't be getting hit by if I did have Athena on that dash. Alright, interesting choice here. I don't think we're having too much trouble with privilege status, so I think we can probably do better than a common static discharge. We'll take double strike and hopefully land a better static discharge later. Look, here's another Zeus, and we'll see what the whale's got for us as well. 6 encounters. I think these might last us until the champions. I'm going to actually buy both of... Oops. Oh, did not mean to do that. Did not mean to use one of my rerolls there. I wanted to buy the Bloodstone as well. To kind of lean a bit more into our casts to take out the champions, but that ship has sailed, so let's grab the life essence and try and forget about it and hope we can sleep at night. Okay, here's another static discharge, also common, but also an epic high voltage. I think we're already live. Let me double check, but I think we're already live for Zeus's legendary. Yeah, double strike is enough to qualify us for the legendary, so we don't need to grab high voltage. High voltage will certainly make the Styx tunnels a lot easier, but it won't do anything against Hades, whereas static discharge will do a lot against Hades. Let's grab high voltage because I am worried about the Styx tunnels, and hopefully we'll get static discharge later on to deal with Hades. Okay, Asterius 2. Hopefully we can take a couple fewer dumb hits against him this time as we did last time. I'm really worried about our damage output, so I'm hoping we can hold on to our call until phase 2 of Theseus, and hopefully just use that to delete him without having to deal with the rest of the phase. Thankfully, having fought Asterius before means that this fight won't be as quite as arduous. Keep those casts coming out. I would like to be getting more value from the frost on them, but I'm too worried about our hit point total. I don't want to get any closer than I absolutely have to. This really is antithetical to how I normally play. I love getting up close and personal normally, but it just doesn't feel like I can get away with it here. It feels so strange that, you know, this great big scary spear, we're feeling so much more fragile than, you know, what we are with a bow or a gun. But that's how it is. This is how the powers that be at Supergiant drew it up, so we're going to try and make it work. We'll just play it safe with Theseus. We're not stretched for time, so no point in trying to throw ourselves under his wheels. I say as I almost threw myself under his wheels. But yeah, he's happy to just drive around and not do much of anything, so I'm happy to do the same. Anyway, we've got phase 2 coming up. We'll grab those in there, and we'll see if we can finish them off with our greater call. Yeah, there it goes. So as you can see, Poseidon Call is just as good against a single target as any other call, and has the added benefit of just being absolutely fantastic against groups. If you can grab the support boon that makes it suck enemies in as well, it goes from extremely good against groups to turns any group of enemies into an absolute joke. So if you're ever concerned about fighting more than one guy, get Poseidon Call and get the support boon, and you will not be worried about it anymore. Interesting choices here. Considering how kind of dirtily we are here, Distant Memory, if we had it leveled, might actually be a kind of a pick. Given that we haven't, and I'm feeling kind of stupid for not leveling all our keepsakes at this point. Now, we're not going to be taking Distant Memory, not when our run is this stretched. So, Broken Spear Point is an interesting possibility, but I don't think we're really going to be taking a lot of kind of like repeated damage sources. So it's going to come down to either the Acorn or the Tooth. Given that our hit points, each individual hit point is much more valuable on us than it is on a normal weapon, the Acorn is, I think, a better pick. We've got 4 uses left of Baldy, which I haven't really been thinking about. He does heal us for half as much, obviously, since that's how Guan Yu be, but that is okay. I'm going to buy a Stygian Shard here. I think it might just pay some dividends as we're going through sticks. So yeah, hopefully we get a Merciful Styx, won't get Tiny Vermin or something thrown at us. I don't think I've actually had Tiny Vermin show up on recording yet, and if you haven't seen it, I've probably just built it up to this absolutely unbearable fight, worse than Hades himself. And that's accurate. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. Alright. Playing it safe. We got 10 minutes, so there's absolutely no point in taking unnecessary risks. We're using our casts. We're taking a bunch of damage in that room that we didn't have to, but Chthonic Vitality. Oh, and I've forgotten that we took that Demeter boon that increases our healing source, and I don't think we even tested. Okay, so the damage, the healing ticks from the spin attack are still 1, so that fucking sucks. But at the very least, our Chthonic Vitality is healing us more, which honestly, might be meaningful here. I know it might seem like we're being overly concerned, given that we're sitting on 3 Death Defiances, but given how little damage we do, in my Hades fights, I really often lean on the fact that I've got a bunch of damage and I can kind of out damage him, so I don't even need to worry too much about taking the odd hit here and there. But when the odd hit here and there is twice as impactful because I've got half the health, and when my damage output is significantly less than what I'm used to, we're staring down the barrel of a much harder Hades fight than I'm accustomed to. Okay, both Blood Frenzy and Impending Doom are looking pretty good here. I forgot to check if we have any shot remaining at getting the Aphrodite and Ares duo. I don't know if there's any Aphrodite kicking around in the shop. I don't think there is. And given there isn't, investing in our Doom is less important. I think I'm going to grab Blood Frenzy here. And if I do end up somehow managing to land that duo, the Aphrodite Ares duo, I will feel like a big dipshit. But no, there's no chance of getting it, so good news, I'm not a dipshit. Okay, we've got a heart, we've got a palm. Don't see myself grabbing that coin. Let us take the heart first. We're using our casts because we're sensible and remember to make use of all of our resources. It's definitely not cheating, even though our cast is doing so much more for us than anything we can do with our actual weapon. Even though it's a common fucking rarity. Look, Floodshot. Floodshot's a good cast, man. It's just good. When I was taking it, I was kind of thinking in the back of my mind, is this going to be the thing that makes the run work? And look, I think it is. I don't think we reach this point without Floodshot. I don't think we'd be here. Zeta Sack on 2. That's interesting. So, do we go for more boons, or do we just peace out? Grabbing Demeter gives us a shot at Cold Fusion, and given that normally I rate Cold Fusion pretty low, given that when you've got Zeus on dash, we don't even have Jolted. What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, and we don't. We've got neither sides of the prerequisites. What am I talking about? We don't care about Demeter. Well, you can tell this run's really kind of thrown me for a loop. Let's see what Poseidon's got for us. Sure. And we should be able to afford both of these. Yeah, look, I'm going to lean on our call. Just Poseidon having nothing to do with our weapon. I reckon that's what's going to make this run work. I said we weren't going to do it, and I mean, I'm sure that you'll agree that from our build choices, I absolutely did not phone it in. I tried to make the spear work, but at the end of the day, the thing, it certainly feels like the stuff that's pushing us over the edge is just our secondary Poseidon boons. To be honest, most Hades fights these days, I kind of just relax and take them on instinct, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that here. I'm going to need to keep my wits about me. Taking 2 hits from our Acon already. Not a great start. Our damage output isn't too bad, thanks to Epic Thunder Dash, and the Doom effects are certainly doing something. There's our third Acorn hit. We've haven't really taken 4 Acorn hits. We've got 2 left. Okay, we've got the Call Charge, which should finish off the rest of this phase. Oh, wait. I could have sworn that he didn't have any shields left in him. This is real bad. I was really counting on this call to wrap that phase up for us. Okay. That's right. We can relax. We've still got lots of time. We've still got 3 Death Defiances and full health. We've got no Acorn left, but we've still got 3 Death Defiances and full health, so I'm just going to relax. Keep our casts coming out, since at least someone can do some work in this house. Greater Call's charged up. Thanks, Poseidon, for giving us a bunch of God Gauge when we eat shit. Nice chunk of damage there. Losing our first Death Defiance, but that's okay. We just gotta keep our wits about us. Poseidon's aid will be useful as well if we need it as just kind of an emergency button for a spin that we don't think we're going to dodge, or a wave that we don't think we're going to dodge, or one of these guys that we don't think we're going to dodge. Okay, and yep, this fight is officially under control. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing me sweat a little bit more than I maybe have before. I guess I used more Death Defiances in my first recording, but yeah, like I said in that recording, that one felt less dicey than this one. I think I just got lazy in my Hades fight there, whereas this one I was really trying to stay on the ball. But yeah, that's Guan Yu for you. I don't get it. I can win runs with it at low heat, but I don't get it. Anyway, thanks for joining me.